What is up, everyone? It is Tuesday. It's December 30th, and we are close to a new year here. Um, I've decided to go back to 1989, and we're gonna play a game from that season. 1989 is the season I started this channel with. It was the seasons that were available at the time. It was my favorite one. Now, since then, 1986 has come out, and that's my favorite season. But I've played 4 weeks of this season so far. We can kind of refresh our memory here if we want and take a look at the standings, where we are after my replay 4 weeks in. So you've got in the AFC, Miami and the Colts are both 3-1. The Browns 4-0. Seattle and San Diego both 3-1. Those are kind of your best teams. And in the NFC, Redskins only undefeated team 4-0. Lions and Vikings are 3-1, and the Rams, 49ers, and Saints are all 3-1. So a lot of good teams here. This is the last week, week 5. At the end of week 5, Minnesota Vikings traded away half their draft picks, maybe all their draft picks. I don't remember how many it was, but it was a lot for Herschel Walker. So I will keep Herschel Walker on Dallas for one more week, and then I will move him over to Minnesota. I don't really do that for everybody, just some of the bigger names, and Herschel Walker is a pretty big name. So that is why I put him on Dallas for the first 5 weeks. Looking at some standings or some stats real quick, leading the league in rushing by a lot is Barry Sanders, 612 yards through 4 games. And then second place is Brent Fullwood, 346 yards. So that's a big one for Sanders. Attempts-wise, I mean, he's got 30 more attempts than second place also. Dalton Hillier, 323 yards, but he's averaging 5.8 a carry, which is a lot. That's pretty big. Let's look at receptions and yards. Leading the league in receptions by a ton is J.T. Smith. J.T. Smith, the only person in the 1989 set that has an A asterisk or an A star. And the star means it doesn't matter what the defense is. You're always going to play a J.T. Smith target in the A category. Anthony Carter, Andre Reed, Vance Johnson of Denver, Eric Martin. Those are your top 5. If we look at yards, it's going to be J.T. Smith again. This time it's going to be Mervin Fernandez in second, Andre Reed, Webster Slaughter. And then Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice, 18 catches for 359. Kind of low for him. But is this 89? That's his 3rd or 4th year. So, yeah. And let's look at quarterbacks real quick. Passing. Let's go with yards to start. Leading the way, Phil Simms, 1396, 11 touchdowns, 2 picks. That's fantastic. Mikowski, 1251. Mark Rippon, 1231. I think Mikowski led the league in real life that year. And if we look at touchdowns, Phil Simms, Mark Rippon, Boomer Esiason with 11, John Elway with 10. That's kind of where we sit there. A couple of the other stats. Anything else we want to look at here? Let's look at sacks. This is going to be a bunch of Detroit guys, if I remember correctly. So, oh, no, I guess it's not. So you have Ezra Johnson of the Colts with 10 through 4 games. Mike Kofer, Rufus Porter, Derek Thomas. There's Jerry Ball of Detroit with 7. If we look at interceptions, who's leading the way here? You got Nate Odoms, David Fulcher, Keith Taylor, Gil Bird, Evan Cooper, Alvin Walton, and Steve Diassi all with 3. And I see Nesby Glasgow, I think of the Rams, has 2 touchdowns. So he's got 2 interceptions, 2 pick sixes, one of 95 yards. I don't even remember that play. Wow. Yardage-wise, Eddie Anderson has 154 yards. Only 2 guys over 100, him and Glasgow. So a lot of fun stuff going on here. Let's look at points. Let's see who's leading the league in scoring points here. So it's going to be Barry Sanders with his 8 touchdowns. Then you got some kickers. The next non-kicker is Brent Fullwood of the Packers with 6 touchdowns. Thurman Thomas with 6. So, yeah. It's a good one. So we're going to go ahead and play a game from that week. We're going to play, I think, what could be a fun one. We're going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, actually at home, against the Chicago Bears. It's a Week 5 game. This is Mike Tomczak versus Vinny Testaverde. In this game, Tampa Bay wins it 42-35. This is a huge scoring game. I really hope I can get somewhere near the results of this game. Ditka versus Ray Perkins. If we look here, let's see. In real life, Tomczak and Harbaugh both played. I think I'm going to definitely start Tomczak. Maybe 8 attempts versus 29. That's about 20% of the. Maybe I'll throw Harbaugh in there with about 10 minutes to go in the game and see what happens. If I remember, we'll check it. I don't know if that's big of a. I don't know if that's a big enough amount of attempts where it matters. Vinny Testaverde, 22 of 36, 269, 3 picks and 2 interceptions. I mean, that's typical Vinny right there. Lars Tate, 18 carries for 112 yards. Neil Anderson, 17 for 86. A lot of good performances in this one. We are going to go ahead and get it started here. I've got my sheets all ready to go. I'll print it out right here. My cards in front of me. I've actually got a couple cards off to the sides here. In both cases, it's the TB, the backup punt returner, who I don't know if I'll actually need him or not. It's going to be Bobby Futrell for the Bucs and Dennis McKinnon for the Bears. So I just have him off to the side there in case I need him. Okay. All right, here we go. I've already rolled the dice. Tampa Bay will kick off. And it's going to be Donald Igwebuike as your kicker. We're going to get a 23 to lead things off here. That is going to be a 4. And that is going to be 67-09. That'll go 2 yards deep into the end zone. So 67. Igwebuike, and it's going to be the receiver on this one's going to be Dennis Gentry. He's going to be your primary kick returner for the Bears. A 13, that is an 11, and he will get 20 yards, and the Bears will start 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line, and that was Gentry, for 20. 1st and 10 at their own 18. So we're going to take a look at the Bears offense here. We'll look at the Bucs defense. Now, back when I did this, I did not do run-pass splits for the offense, and I never went. I could have went back and redid it if I wanted to, but we're just going to play how it is here. So we get the Bears as a 37. Big name Jay Hilgenberg's a 5. Mark Bortz, pretty good offensive line. He's a 4. Neil Anderson's a 4. So they're a 37. And then you've got one A receiver, and it's Neil Anderson, 11 to 16 on short passes. No A receivers on medium or long. Bunch of B's down there. It's all those guys. I mean, these guys to me, Dennis Gentry, Dennis McKinnon, Wendell Davis, Dennis Gentry, they're all kind of the same player. And they're all B's. And then we got your running back carries here. Neil Anderson's going to get most of them. Brad Muster's going to get a few. And then you've got Thomas Sanders, Matt Suey, and Dennis Gentry. Dennis Gentry's more like a wide receiver sweep than anything. Maybe like a jet sweep or something like that. Looking at the defense for the Bucs, not very good. Bunch of 3s, and then you've got Rondi Weston, defensive tackle 2. That makes them a 32 overall. So the Bears are going to be the Tampa Bay is going to be a -5 on defense. If we look here, any big names we know? I don't know. It looks like you got Kevin Murphy, not of Mystery Science Theater 3000 fame, 32 to 41. So he's going to get he'll get sacks. Reuben Davis will get some sacks. Let's look at interceptions here. Looks like Mark Robinson, Ricky Reynolds are getting the majority of the interceptions as they happen. All right, so let's get started as the guy next in the house next to me is plowing his driveway. There's a whole bunch of snow out there. I hate snow. I want to golf. I hate snow, so I got to deal with it here in the winter. Eventually, I'm going to move. I don't know when, but eventually I'm going to go south because I can't stand this weather. Anyway, sorry, I don't mean to complain. All right, so let's get started here. The Bears, by the way. You know what? I didn't put. One thing I don't do for 89 is I don't put offense versus defense in terms of, runs versus passes. Everything's just 50-50. Maybe for week 6, I'll come back and make some changes to this, but right now I'm just going to keep playing how I've been. So it's all 50-50. 1 to 10 is going to be your run plays. 11 to 20 will be your passes. 1 to 5 inside, 6 to 10 outside. 11 to 17 short pass. 18-19 is medium, and 20 is long. That's kind of how we're going to do it here. So let's get started. And I've been rolling all these dice at once. It goes a little quicker this way. All right, here we go. All right, we'll start with 18. So we're going to go medium pass right off the bat for Mike Tomczak and the Bears. 12 on your defense. That's going to be CG. 64. Oh, 64 is Cap Boso. I remember him. He's a backup tight end. There he is. He's an ET2C2. Cap Boso is going to get your first pass target down the field. 2 tight end set. And he is going to look down the field. Let me see if I can find the right board here. There it is. All right, so I'm hoping to get anywhere near the old 42 to 35 because I love high-scoring games. All right, so Cat Boso, he's a C. The defense was a C, so we're going to go CG. Yep, CG. So that's going to be Tomzak DeBoso. A 26, and it's an 18, and we're going to be incomplete to start the game for Mike Tomzak. Looking to make something happen right off the bat, and he's unable to connect with his tight end. 2nd and 10. All right, we're going to go 15. So Tomzak's going to go back and pass again. This time it'll be a short pass. 56, it's going to be Wendell Davis, one of those receivers I talked about. He's a B. 32 on your defense is BD. No, 32 is CG. So short pass, CG. Tomzak to Wendell Davis. Mr. Wendell. Oh, it's going to be complete. Oh, it's a good one. He'll get 16 yards. Take it out to the 34-yard line. It's going to be a first down. So good little slant there to Davis, who takes it and turns up the field. He'll be taken down on the play by Mark Robinson. I like Mark Robinson. All right, 1st and 10 at the 34 now for the Bears. They're going to go inside run. And a 45 is going to be Neil Anderson. It's right on the edge of his carrying the ball. And he's 11 to 45. So he's going to get, what is that, about 5'6", a little under 5'6". What is 5'6"? 83, about 80% of the carries we're looking at, something like that. 54 on your defense. That's 3 straight bad rolls on defense for the Bucs. That'll be an AD. So inside run AD for Neil Anderson. 61's a 20, and Anderson will get through the line of scrimmage, but he's only going to pick up 1 yard before he's driven backwards. And it is going to be 2nd down and 9 at the 35 for the Bears. All right, 6. So we're going to go outside run, and it's going to be Neil Anderson again. And a 25 on the defense. Get a little better on those defensive play calls. That'll be an AG. So we'll go outside run AG for Neil Anderson. 51, that's going to be a 16, and he is going to get through the line. He'll run toward the sideline looking for that whole cut-up field, and he'll pick up 12 yards. And it is going to be first down for the Bears. They're going to be at their own 47-yard line, as they've picked up, 28 yards so far in this drive? 29 yards? All right, a 19, another medium pass. This time it's going to be Brad Mustard. He's a C. He's your fullback. It's going to be a little dump off. They're going to look down the field, not be able to find anyone. He's going to look for Brad Mustard out in the flat. He's a C. 46 on your defense is AS, make it a BS. So medium pass BS. Tomzak, like I said, looking down the field, can't find anyone. Sees his fullback sitting out there on the flat. He's going to look for him. Oh, he's going to complete it. And Brad Muster, he's going to move ahead for 17 yards and then get pushed out of bounds. He'll cross the 50. Make it 1st and 10 at the Bucs 36-yard line. All right, Chicago driving, opening drive here. What are the records of these two teams? Chicago comes into this game 2-2. The Bucs 1-3. One thing that when I was looking at this a couple days ago, setting this game up, Bears are 2-2. They've only scored 67 points. They've given up 106. They're a minus 39. Bucs 1-3, but they've scored 119 points and given up 118. So this is kind of like the Bears don't score much, but the Bucs give up a bunch of points. So I don't know. Something's got to give here. We'll go back to the field. 1st and 10 to 36. All right, we're going to go inside run this time. We're going to go Neil Anderson again. It was a 12. It doesn't matter. Any orange dye number is going to be Neil Anderson. 55. 55 is going to be an AG. So inside run AG for Neil Anderson. All right, a 53. That should be what, a 19, a 17 for Anderson. He's got a pretty good card, Neil Anderson. He's got, a lot of those those in the middle numbers, like 53 that I just rolled. 64 is another one. Those are generally like 19, 20, 21 for the average running back. He's a 17 at most of those places. So he has a pretty good card. He's got 15, 16, 17, and 18 in a lot of places. So he must be a pretty good running back. He's a 4. I mean, I remember him. I remember him being a good player. But I will roll a 53. That's going to be a 17. And he is going to end up getting 6 yards on the carry. He'll get down to the Bucs 30. And it's going to be 2nd and 4. Whoa. All right. 16. That'll be a short pass. 45. 45 is Matt Suey, the fullback. Tomzak relying on that dump off here so far. 11, though. 11 is going to be a BD. And we'll stay so a short pass BD. Tomzak dumping it off to his fullback again out in the flat. And it's a 35. He'll find Matt Suey. Suey will turn around and get nailed, though. It'll only be a 3-yard gain. And it's going to be 3rd and 1. Good tackle out there for somebody. Let's say the linebacker for the Packers. Who's that? Good tackle for, Kevin Murphy of Mystery Science Theater 3000 fame. But not the same one. Make the nice open field tackle. Oops. And it's going to be 3rd and 1. And we'll go big here. Go big on 3rd and 1. See if we can guarantee a run play or otherwise a short pass. For big, I just go 1 to 12 as an inside run. 13 to 16 will be outside. And then 17 to 20 will be kind of a little play action short pass. And we'll get a 4. That'll be an inside run. 65. We're going to hand it off to Matt Suey, though, the fullback. Going to try to jam it up the middle. Just get that 1 yard. And defense. Defense is looking for a bit of a pass here. They're going CD. So Matt Suey, inside run, CD. A 41, that's going to be, that's going to be a 26. And he'll get 2 yards in the first down. I did not expect that. He will fight forward, and he'll get 2 yards, and it's going to be a 1st down and 10 at the 25 now for the Bears. All right. 5, that'll be an inside run. 36, we're going to go back to Neil Anderson. And a 26. 26 is AS. So inside run AS, Neil Anderson. 45. 45 is a 22. It's always a 22. And he will get 2 yards. Make it 2nd and 8. I swear when they make the cards, they just said 45 our column is just 22 for everybody, and then we'll just kind of change it every now and then if we feel like changing it. But it's almost always a 22. All right, next. What do we got? 2nd and 8. Let's go short pass heavy here. A 9, that will be a short pass. Short pass heavy means I'm guaranteeing a pass with a short pass heavy. 1 to 15 is short pass. 16, 17, 18, 19 is medium. 20 is long. All right, so we're going to go short pass here. This is going to be 65. We're going back to Cat Boso. It didn't work the first time. Let's see if we can work it this time. It's a short pass this time, though. Cat Boso is a C. Your defense is a CS. So we're going to go Boso, Tomzak to Boso, and a CS. 42 is a 12. It's going to be 4 yards, and Boso is going to get pushed out of bounds. Not a very speedy guy there as he caught the ball, and the linebackers were able to close quickly. And he does get knocked out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down and 4 at the 19. I believe this is the 11th play of the drive. We got 4.5 minutes off the clock so far in this opening drive. And we'll go, let's just go standard here. Yeah, let's go standard. And we're going to get a 10. We're going to get an outside run. 21 will be Neil Anderson with all those 15, 16, 17s, and 18s on his card. 51 is an AG, so they're kind of looking for it here. So it'll be an outside run AG for Neil Anderson. 15, that's going to be good. That's a 16. He'll turn the corner. He'll get 9 yards and a first down. Take him down to the 10. And it's going to be first and goal at the 10-yard line now for the Bears. It looks like Pro Football Helper thinks they can get a first down at the goal line. Maybe not. But it's weird how – I guess it never says first and goal, does it? It'll say first and 7 at the 7. All right, never mind. Forget I just said that. All right, let's go standard here. First and goal. It's going to be an inside run. And it's going to be a 51. That's going to be Brad Muster, your fullback. And Brad Muster only runs inside, so we're going to stick with that inside run. 15 on your defense. Little palindrome action with the 51-15. It's an AG. So Brad Muster, inside run AG. Oh, my goodness. It's a 66. For Muster, that's a 4, and he'll get 6 yards on the run. And he is going to get him all the way inside the 5. It's always disappointing when a 66 doesn't get a touchdown, but, it's the fullback. All right, so second and goal at the 4. Let's go standard again. 19. I do not have medium pass, obviously. So we're going to go short pass here. 64 back to Cap Boso, his third target on the drive. Ditka sees something in that guy that he likes. 13 is a BS, so we're going to go short pass BS. Tomzak looking for his favorite player, Cap Boso. 55! It's a 5, and he is going to catch that pass and get into the end zone for a touchdown. And what a drive by the Bears. Holy cow. Tomzak finishes it off with a 4-yard touchdown pass to Cap Boso. What is that? 13 plays, 82 yards. 7 runs, 6 passes. That's about as perfect of a drive right there, long drive, as you're going to see. It was 5 minutes and 45 seconds. Let's kick the extra point. Bring in Kevin Butler. Very dependable kicker. 21 is a 19, and a 19 is good. And to start the game off, it is 7-0 Bears. Let's bring out Butler to kick it off. 63. Well, that's always fun. 63. Oh, it's a 32. Are we going to start with a rare play? RP. Oh, no, wait. 32. Yes, RP9. So we're going to go rare play on the kickoff. Boy, almost as perfect as you could have as a drive, and now we're going to a rare play kickoff for the Bears. 6. Kicking team offside on 2 successive kicks. Kick again after accessing 10 yards in total penalties. So 2 straight offsides on the Bears. We're going to move it back 10 yards. I'm going to call 2 different penalties. We'll go 5 against the Bears, and it's going to be offsides. And no time off the clock. And then we'll do it again. Penalty again. 5 yards against the Bears. And Mike Ditka's now informing his players, do not move until that ball is kicked. He says, someday, 40 years from now, that's what's going to happen. And you guys are going to like it. 0. All right, so we're going to kick it off from the 25. 26 for Butler is a 40. 40 is 68.09. So it's going to be taken, at the 7-yard line, I think? It would have been in the end zone, but it's going to be taken, I believe, at the 7. I think if my math is correct. And yeah, it's going to be taken by Donnie Elder. One of the cornerbacks is going to be their primary kick return. 35 for Elder is a 20, and I believe he gets 16 yards on the return. And Tampa Bay now starts their opening drive. First and 10 at their own 23-yard line. Let's take a look at some of their players here. You've got Mark Carrier. You got a couple of 4s here, Carrier and Gruber, left tackles. Give them a 35 offense. You got 2 A's, Mark Carrier and Bruce Hill. Pretty good receivers there. And, of course, we've got one of my favorite players. You got Lars Tate as your primary running back, but right behind him is Mr. President William Howard. It's been a long time since I've said that. And then you have a very young Oh no, a very old 31-year-old James Wilder, who probably in like the 85 set or the 86 set that I have, probably a pretty good player. But here he's kind of relegated behind Lars Tate and Mr. President William Howard Taft. Just William Howard, I call him Mr. President. Then you have a guy, Sylvester Stamps. Again, you never trust people whose names are sentences. Pulling up the rear there in the receiving and the rushing game. Vinny Testaverde leads him out. Vinny back then. Vinny Testaverde has always seemed to be old to me. In this game, he's 25, not yet turned 26. So he's young back then. And I'm going to go 50-50 with those guys. So 50% run, 50% pass. And they're going to start out with an inside run. 36 on your defense is BS. And then 14 will be Lars Tate, who had a good game in real life in this game. So he will be your running back. Here's my inside run. All right, so Lars Tate, BS, inside run. 36, a very easy 36. That's a 22. And Tate's going to start off their drive with a 3-yard gain. Tackled right in the middle by, do they have, what's his name? What's that middle linebacker's name that was really good for them? Is he playing for the Bears nowadays? Singletary? Yeah, Singletary. Oh, he's a 5 too. Wow, okay. So they got Mike Singletary as a 5 patrolling the middle. Where's he at? Making the tackle there. Where is he? Should be between the tackles. There he is. Yeah. He's got no W rating. He's a QS1. He doesn't really sack the quarterback. He just makes about 1,000 tackles close to the line of scrimmage. And that's why he's really that good. So, okay. So we got 3 yards to start off for Lars Tate. It's going to be 2nd down and 7 now with the 26 for the Bucs. All right, a 16. So Vinny's going to throw the ball. A 12 and a 35. So 35 is going to be Bruce Hill. He's an A. One of those A receivers for the Bucs. EB3, but he's an A5. Good player. Went to Arizona State. And your defense is going to be CG. So make it a BG. So short pass, BG. Testaverde looking for Bruce Hill. If you told me Vinny Testaverde still played now, I would believe you. He's just always seemed old to me. I don't know why. There he is. He's played for a whole bunch of people, including he's the reason that Bill Belichick cut Bernie Kosar because they could start Vinny Testaverde in 1994. I'll never forgive him for that. All right, so here we go. So BG, short pass, Testaverde to Bruce Hill. 14, a 35. And we have our first penalty. It's going to come on a 7-yard completion, but we have a TH. That'll be a first down, too. So let's check the penalty. 45. That's going to be a 3. That is going to be encroachment on the defense. Oh, no, wait. No, I'm sorry. That's not a 3. That's a 31. And that is unnecessary roughness on the defense. 15 yards from the gain. And that'll be a first down. So the pass will count. Testaverde to Bruce Smith for 7. Then somebody hit him late. Hit him as he was already on the ground. And back in the 80s, that wasn't tolerated then either, although I would have guessed that it would have been. So 15 yards, and it's going to be unnecessary roughness. And it's going to be no time off the clock. That was actually going to be this. Actually, you can go here. It doesn't matter. So no time off the clock. Make it 1st and 10 now for the Bucs out to the 48-yard line. 8:15 to go in this first quarter. All right, we're going to go back to the pass. It's going to be a short pass for Testaverde. 13, we're going to go to the other A receiver. We're going to Mark Carrier. Oh, no, we're not. 36, sorry. That goes that way. 36, we're going to go back to Bruce Hill. He's an A. 13 is BS, so make it an AS. So short pass AS this time. Testaverde to Mark Carrier. A 41, it's a 20, and it's going to be incomplete. I got to think Testaverde's got some interception numbers on his card. In fact, let's take a look at his stats here in a minute for the season. All right, if I go to season, and I think if I go to replay and then teams, I can go Tampa passing. So Testaverde so far, actually not bad. 92, 146, 63%. almost 1,200 yards, 7 TDs, 4 picks through 4 games. It's not bad. I mean, it's not great. You don't want to end the season with 16 interceptions, but it's not terrible. So that's where he is currently. 2nd and 10. We're gonna get an outside run. Testaverde gonna pitch it out. Your defense is gonna be AG. Oh, and it's gonna be Sylvester Stamps on the carry. So I'm gonna have to do this. Just make things easier on me. Stack these up better. All right. So that was an AG. So outside run, Sylvester Stamps. I don't know if he runs outside. Hang on a sec. He's got odd numbers on his card. He only runs outside. All right. So that's going to be AG Sylvester Stamps on the outside run. 44 for Stamps. That's a 5, and he is going to get 10 yards. He'll get a first down as he's able to cut through that line near the sideline, cut it back, and he'll pick up 10. And it's going to be 1st and 10. They're going to cross the 50 and get to the Bears' 42. And we're going to go back to the run, inside run this time. 34 is going to be AD. So Bears looking pass here. 64, we're going to go back to Sylvester Stamps. Again, he only runs outside, so we're going to stay outside here. We're going to go AD this time. So Stamps, AD out inside run. Him. 45, it's an 11. And he'll get 5 yards and go out of bounds. I guess that shoots down the 45 is always a 22 that I said like 20 minutes ago. But it's half a 22 for him. So he'll get 5 yards and he'll get pushed out of bounds. So Sylvester Stamps carrying the ball right now for the Bucs, doing a pretty good job. 2nd and 5 now on the Bears 37. 14, back to the pass. Short pass this time, and it's going to be an AG. So the Bears looking pass in the last one, and they ran. This time the Bears are looking run, and they're going to pass. So they're mixing up their offense pretty well. 21 is going to be Mark Carrier. He's an A. So we're going to stay at AG. So short pass, AG. Testaverde looking for Mark Carrier. $53 for Testaverde is a 12. That'll be complete. Wow, that'll be 11 yards, and that'll be a first down. So Testaverde to Carrier. Now, I will point out that there are people who I've seen say this game doesn't look at like the wide receivers cards on pass plays. And I know that did not look at the wide receivers card, but the wide receiver like really was a big part of what happened there. You know, that AG that I rolled, you know, that was a 12-yard completion? Yeah. Had it been a B, it would have only been a 10-yard reception. And had it been a C, it would have only been an 8-yard reception. So that is where the wide receivers cards come into play. I don't know if it's a good answer or not. I like it. I'm okay with it. I think it makes sense in the game. The statistics seem to work out, you know, close most of the time. So I'm always okay with it. But that is kind of how the wide receiver card did come into play there. And that was under the G category. That was me rolling on the card a G. Had I rolled like a CD, that would have been incomplete. That would have been what did I roll? I rolled a 12. I rolled an 11. Yeah, that would have been incomplete against a CD. So again, you know, it's that's why I love these defensive cards because they move things around like they do. Okay, I'm gonna quit babbling now. All right, so 11 yards on the completion to Carrier. 30 seconds off the clock. No, did he go out of bounds? What did I roll? I rolled 53. That's what happens when I babble. I got a 12. 12 was 11 yards, so he did not go out of bounds. Okay. All right, so it's going to be 1st and 10 now. They're going to get inside the 30-yard line. Get down to the 26. And the Bucs moving just like the Bears did. We're going to go back to the run. We're going to go outside run. 42 is CS. 15 is going to be Lars Tate. So Lars Tate, outside run CS. $31 for Tate. That's a 17. And he'll get 3 yards. Boy, Bucs, just like the Bears, mixing it up. calling runs and passes, and they're just moving right down. 2nd and 7 at the 23. And we'll go short pass heavy here. We're at 15. That is a short pass. 33. The Bears are waiting for this one. That's a BD. 25 is Ron Hall. Ron Hall is a B. So we'll stay at BD. Who is Ron Hall? He's a backup tight end. He's a B. He's a
All right, guys, this is the point where the audio just kind of cut out on me here. I use the wired microphone or the wireless microphone, and I like the wireless because I don't have to worry about wearing a wire. And I strap it to my shirt. You can see it there in the video. And the good thing about it is it follows me when I turn around, when I bend over, when I move to one side or the other. The audio follows me, so the microphone doesn't cut in or out. So what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to try to do a little bit of play-by-play, give you the important stuff for this drive. It's currently 7-0 Chicago, and it looks like there's about 6 minutes left in the video. We're gonna run a long pass here. It looks like is what's called. And if I recall from this one, I'm actually gonna run a on 3rd and 7. I'm probably gonna run a short pass to someone, probably Mark Carrier. That's my guess. And the Bucks are gonna continue this. And I rolled a 66. That's right. I forgot about this, and it's a touchdown. I can't remember if it's Mark Carrier. 42 is not Mark Carrier. 42. Let's see who the touchdown goes to. It goes to Bruce Hill, the other A on the team. So we got a Testaverde to Bruce Hill. We have a 20. I think it was a 26-yard touchdown, something like that, and make it 7-6. And now Tampa Bay is going to kick the extra point. You're going to roll a 23. A 23 is never good. And we're going to look over at the board, and that's going to be no good. I think it's like a 29 on his card, and it's going to be no good. So it's going to be 7-6 as we get to the. Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I did put it in wrong. So yeah, it's going to be 7-6 here. And now the Bucks are going to kick off. All right, so they're going to kick it off now. Tampa Bay's going to kick it off, and I think Iguabuke has a bad kickoff here too. I think it's a 45-yarder, if I remember correctly. I know he had the missed extra point, and then he had a bad kickoff back to back here. So Chicago's going to take it from their 20, and they're going to get a big return. Watch this dice roll. Bam, 22. I knew that was coming. Boy, it's nice that 24 hours later I can still remember what I did yesterday. So it's 20. This is a 40-yard return, if I remember correctly. And it's going to be who is it? It's Dennis Gentry on the return. He goes for 40, and they're going to start 1st and 10 on the Tampa Bay 40, which is a great place to start. I'm sure I'm saying really interesting stuff right now in the video. It's just sad that my So what happened is the wireless batteries. That's the one weakness of them. It reminds me of this Seinfeld where he says, "I bought a great lock for my door, but the big point, the weakness of it is that it has to be actually locked." Well, in this case, I have this wireless mic that I love, but the big weakness is it has to be charged, and I let it sit all night without charging it. So now Chicago has the ball 1st and 10. I believe we're gonna get. I don't remember what I think we're gonna get a quick score here. I don't remember how it goes. I feel like I just spoiled it for you to say that we're gonna get a quick score. It's gonna roll a 62 on this. I don't even know what the play is. I can't see the dice. What do we got? A 10. That'll be a run. And it's gonna be 63. So it's gonna be. Is that Thomas Sanders? Yeah. I think he gets stuffed for no gain, if I remember correctly. So we're gonna roll it again here. We're gonna get a. What is that? I'm leaning into my screen. It's a 14, so we're gonna get a short pass, and it's gonna be a short pass to. What is it? A 14. What is Chicago's number one receiver? Is I can't think of who it is right now. 51 is the defense. Who is Chicago's number one receiver? Is it Ron Morris? Is he the A? And we're going to roll a 43. And oh no, I think we got a sack here. Yeah, we do. We have a sack. It's going to be getting the sack, a 36. Who's that going to be for Tampa Bay? It's a -7. And it's going to be. Oh, Kevin Murphy. The joke that I make is Kevin Murphy of Mystery Science Theater 3000 fame, even though it's a different Kevin Murphy. And I think I say fun fact right here. I might have said this in the part where you can hear the sound. I don't remember, but if I didn't, I will say fun fact right now. Kevin Murphy once read a joke on stage that I wrote, and I got a big laugh. I was so happy. Anyway, third down and a lot here. I say something about how they have to capitalize on that great field position. We have a short pass, 30 something. I don't know who that is. It might be the running back I just covered up. I'm not sure who it is though. 15 is probably going to be an AD. That would be my guess on the defensive card. I'm in the other room right now. I'm not nowhere near the games, the cards. There's your 11. I knew that was coming. There's your 11. And we're going to have, I believe, it's not going to be a touchdown. I think it's just a long catch. It is it's the tight end, James Preston. No, James Thornton. Oh, I know what's going to happen here. Yeah, it's a big gain. That was about a 30-yard gain, 28-yard gain. And it's going to be, I think we're going to have a short pass to James Thornton again, is what we're going to happen here. So there's your 14. That's a short pass. And 34. Yep, 34 again. It's going to go back to Thornton. And we have a 23, and that's probably a pretty poor defense. It's probably like a CG. Thornton's a C. I'm kind of guessing here because, again, I'm sitting in the other room as I record this little extra audio clip to try to give you guys some fun on what's happening. What's going to happen here? We're going to roll a big one. 45. I think that's a 45 for Tom Zach. I think is a 15. So this could be complete for a couple of yards or it could be incomplete. Let's see what I put into the sheet here. Tom Zach back to Thornton. And it's 7 yards. Okay, so 7 yards. And now it's gonna be 2nd and 3 at the 12. And is this the big one? We got a big one coming here. I know that. So we're gonna go back to the pass. 11 is a short pass. 20. 25. Ooh, who is 25? I'm going to show you guys who 25 is. It is Ronnie Morris. There he is. I think he's the Bears' #1 receiver, Ron Morris. He's an EB3, B3. Our defense roll was a 45. Well, 45 is always a BS on defense, unless you got like a minus 15 or a plus 15, whatever. 45 is always a BS. And there's your 66. I knew it was coming. Look at me showing off the guns there. I knew that 66 was coming, and we are going to have a 12-yard touchdown pass from Mike Tomczak to Ronnie Morris, and the Bears are going to go up 13-7, 13-6, and eventually they're going to go up 14-6 as we keep going here. So let's kick the extra point. Let's roll the dice. We can't have a second failed extra point. That would be weird. Oh, a 43, and we're going to have like a 29, and that's going to be kick no good. And just like in the previous game I played, the 1965 game that I played, we're going to have 2 extra points missed in the same game. And I'm sure I'm saying that right now on the screen because I know I said it yesterday when I recorded this game. So it's going to be 13-7, and nothing exciting happens in the last 3.5 minutes. In fact, I know it ends with a punt. I can't remember. I think Tampa Bay punts and I think Chicago punts. Maybe just Tampa Bay punts. I don't remember which. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut it here, and we'll start it with the second quarter. I'm going to play it again tonight, and we'll start it with actual sound. That way you guys can listen to the second quarter. So.
All right, what's up, everyone? We are back. We're back with sound, real sound this time. I got to keep my eye on the receiver down here by the computer. Make sure the light stays on, stays nice and blue. I think we're all charged up, but you never know. Like I said in the overlay video that I just did, I really like this wireless microphone because it goes with me when I turn this way and this way. I really like that. I don't want to have to wear a wired one because I don't want to get tangled up. But if this happens, too many times, I'll definitely go back to a wired one. All right, let's go ahead and get going with this game. So the last 3.5 minutes that you didn't see of the first quarter, Tampa Bay had the ball. There were 3.5 minutes left, and they ended up punting. So we are starting now with Chicago, 1st and 10 on their own 33, leading 13-6. And like I said in yesterday's video, which is I guess it's the same video. In real life, Tampa Bay won this thing 42-35. So, and we are looking like we got some high scoring action going here. That punt by Tampa Bay was the only punt of the first quarter. There were 3 drives that all were scoring drives. So let's see if we can keep it going here. What I'm going to do for fun, though, because Jim Harbaugh did play a little bit of this game, I'm going to pull Mike Tomczak out. I'm going to pull Mike Tomczak out now, and I'm going to leave Harbaugh in long enough to get around 8 passing attempts. So it could be 1 drive, it could be 2 drives. I'll do it for no more than 2 drives, definitely. Maybe, well, you know what? Unless they're 3 and outs, I'll kind of just judge it. We'll just pretend that Tomzak got hurt. He's on the sideline. He's in the blue tent that didn't exist in 1989, and he's getting evaluated. It's a concussion in 1989, so he's going to come back into the game, no problem. So we're gonna play it that way. All right, so let's go ahead and start here. Tomzak is a 2, and Harbaugh is a 2. Tomzak it was a 3. So because of it, Tampa Bay is going to pick up 1 on their defense. They're going to go from -5. They're going to go down to -4. So for these couple drives that we get Tomzak, it's going to be -4. And again, like I always tell you what I have on the TV in front of me, I've got Michigan versus Texas. It is a bowl game, a Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. I have the over in this. We do a game back from my old job where you put like $25 in and then you just bet fake money on all the bowl games. And I'm in second place right now. I'm at like plus $2,100 or plus $2,200. You can bet up to $1,000 per game. And I'm 11-7 overall, and I'm at like plus $2,100 or $2,200 in second place. I've got the over in this game. It's over 46.5 is what I got, and it's currently at 27 with 8 minutes to go in the second quarter, which is great. We're on a good pace here. So I'm going to go ahead and look up at that every now and then just to keep an eye on the score. So that's what I'm looking at. And let's get started here. All right. Jim Harbaugh in the game while Mike Tomzak gets evaluated for a concussion. And we're going to start with an outside run. 65. That's going to be that's Sylvester Stamps. Let's go to the Bears here. That is going to be Matt Suhey, the fullback, who does not run outside. So we'll go to the inside run. Your defense is a 43. 43 is a BD. So inside run BD, Matt Suhey. 63 for Suhey. Oh, it's a 33. And on our first play of today, we have a fumble possibility. So 33 is going to be an F24. As always, I roll the dice. 1 to 4 means the fumble counts. 5 to 20 means it doesn't. And it is going to be a 15. So that fumble will not count. So we'll use the F24 to determine the result of the play. And it's going to be an 11. Yikes. That's going to be a 45-yard run for Matt Suhey, and it would have been recovered by the defense, but it's going to be a 45-yard run by Matt Suhey, who gets outside, gets through the middle of the line, and the safeties are nowhere to be found. And we had one of the cornerbacks chasing him down here. It's a big game. I don't know how many yards he has on the season so far, but I'll bet you it's not 45. And that's going to take it down to the 22-yard line of the Bucs, and it's going to be 1st and 10 at that 22-yard line. So let's keep it going here. Jim Harbaugh in there. I'm sure he's finding a way to cheat. Speaking of having a Michigan on my TV. And Texas just scored a touchdown to make it 17-17. That's what we want to see. All right, an 8. We're going to go back to the outside run. 52 this time. That is going to be Brad Muster. He's a fullback. He only runs inside, so we're going to stick with the inside run here. 45, as I said in the video overlay that you just listened to, 45 is always a BS. So inside run BS. And we're in the second quarter now. There we go. Brad Muster. And it's a 26 for Muster. That's a 22. And he'll pick up 2 yards, make it 2nd and 8. So Brad Muster for 2. And it is going to be 2nd and 8 at the 20-yard line for the Bears. So the Bears are doing their part in terms of scoring all those points. We need the Bucs to do their part. All right, a 19. And Jim Harbaugh is going to throw his first pass of the game. It's going to be a medium pass. And he's going to throw it against a BG. And Dennis Gentry is your receiver. He's a B. So we're going to stay at BG. We're going to go medium pass BG Harbaugh to Dennis Gentry. A 31 for Harbaugh is an 8, and that's going to be complete. Only 7 yards, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 1. So Harbaugh for 7 to Gentry, and it is going to be 3rd and 1. Let's go big here for the Bears. Let's see if they can pound a first down out of it. And we'll get a 10. That'll be an outside run, so they're actually going to pitch the ball. And it's going to be Neil Anderson. 51 is your defense. That'll be AG. So inside run AG for Neil Anderson. All right. A 21. 21 is a 24. Is it enough? And he gets through for 3 yards. Gets around the corner. Oh, actually, I went outside run, didn't I? Well, let's check that because maybe I got that wrong. I was looking at inside run. So AG 22, and it is going to be, oh, he's going to lose 2 yards. He's going to try to stretch it out. Look at that. So I was here on the inside run. 24 is 3 yards. I thought he got it. Flip it over to outside run, which is, I rolled a 10. 10 is an outside run. Flip it over. Go all the way down, and it's going to be a 2, right there. Oh, wait, was it a 22 or a 24? What did I roll? I rolled a 21. That is a 24. Oh, it's no gain. My bad. It's no gain right there. No gain out of bounds. So he is going to actually lose. He's going to get no yards. It's going to bring up 4th and 1. Boy, I butchered that too. I was so excited and I just butchered it. All right, so it's going to be Neil Anderson, no gain, gets out of bounds. That's going to be 4th and 1. And the Bears are going to bring out Kevin Butler here. Let's kick the field goal, go up 2 scores. Try to get a little bit of safety there. And so it's going to be a short field goal, 30-yard field goal. Kevin Butler. You guys know how I hate the 43. 43 and 23, the devil. 43, this is probably not going to be good. And we have a 34, and we have a fumbled snap. We have an F8. And on special teams play, I don't roll the dice. I just roll with fumbles. So F8 is going to be what we have here on this field goal attempt. The kicking, not good in this game so far. 25 minus 9, 0-11. I think 0-11 is the kicker, but I'll have to look. So field goal, it's going to be fumbled. Where's it at? Locked, block. There's no fumble. Do I do fumbled snap? Right here, errant snap, loose ball. Yeah, so what did I say? Minus 9, 0-11? Yeah, minus 9, 0-11. So it's going to be on a field goal. The ball goes 9 yards. Picked up by so I think 0-11 on field goals. I think that's the kicker. Let me see here. So on kicking, yeah, it's the kicker. So it's going to be picked up by Kevin Butler. And, Kevin Butler has, wow, this is interesting. He has good run numbers and good passing numbers. I usually just have him run this because it's a fumble return. But I almost want to roll. I'm not, no, I'm just going to roll like I always do. So this is going to be a fumble return. Let's see if he can do anything with it. A 52. Oh, it's a 26. And he'll actually lose a yard on the fumble return. So Kevin Butler tries to run with it, and he will lose a yard. And Tampa Bay is going to take over right there. And that'll be a 15-second play. Tampa Bay is going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 23 after stopping the Bears. The Bears with that fumble. All right, let's keep it going here. So Harbaugh, I believe, is 1 of 1 in that drive, maybe 1 of 2. So we'll give him one more drive, and then I'll bring Tom Zach back in. So over to the Bucs. A 9. They're going to start with an outside run. A 46 on the defense. That'll be BS. 41. I like how I took out a guy from Ohio State and put in a guy from Michigan. And I've got Michigan on my TV. I'm going to watch Ohio State later. I don't know if that's a weird coincidence or just whatever, but still. All right, 41 is going to be William Howard, Mr. President. I was watching some of this game on YouTube last night, and he got the first play from scrimmage, a pass play from Vinny William Howard. They didn't call him Mr. President like I do. But 41 is Howard. He's a B on, or no, he's an outside run guy. So outside run, William Howard against a BS. All right. I'm babbling here. I apologize. 63. 63 is a 14. And we have a fumble opportunity. Our third one since I turned the camera on. F17. So let's roll it again. 1 through 4. The fumble counts. And it's a 10. That fumble will not count. So let's use that F17 to determine the result. 63 again. 6 yards, and it's going to go out of bounds. So he'll get a 6-yard run, and he'll go out of bounds. So William Howard Taft. And it's going to be 2nd down and 4 at the 29 for Vinny. Vinny and the Bucks. 14, so Vinny's going to throw it. We got a short pass. 63 on defense. By the way, 63. As much as I hate 43 and 23, 63 is the one where wacky things happen. So be prepared with that one. 16, that is going to be Mark Carrier. He's an A. 63 is a BG. We'll make it an AG. And it's going to be Testaverde to Carrier, AG. And we have a 34. Oh, no, we're going to have a penalty. 34 is a 35. That is good for 12 yards and a 1st down. But we have a TH. So let's check that penalty. 25. That's a 23. Illegal contact on the defense. 5 yards, automatic 1st down. They'll go ahead and decline it. They'll take the 12 yards. So Testaverde finds Carrier for 12. And it is going to be 1st and 10 out to the 41-yard line. All right, and 11, that'll be a short pass. 21 is a BS. 22, back to Mark Carrier. Mark Carrier is an A, so we're going to short pass AS from Testaverde. 46 for Vinny, that's an 18. And that is going to be complete, but Carrier on the wide receiver screen is not going to make it back to the line of scrimmage. He'll actually lose a yard on the play. I hate the wide receiver screen. And make it 2nd down and 11 now at the 40. And let's go medium pass heavy here for Vincent. A 19, we're going to get a medium pass anyway. 15 is AD, and 33, that is William Howard. He's a C on medium passes. So we'll make this a B. And we'll go medium pass BD, Testaverde to the president. 52, and Vinny is going to take off and run. 52 is a 26, and 26 is a scramble. So we'll go outside run. And our original defense wasn't an AD. It was B. What was it? 52? No. 15. Yeah, it was AD. So outside run AD as Vinny is going to scramble. 42 is a 9, and Vinny will pick up 7 yards. Nimble Vinny Testaverde there. And that's going to make it 3rd and 4, much better than 2nd and 11 or 3rd and 11 there. 3rd and 4. And let's go short pass heavy. And we'll get a short pass. 24 is BS. 56, we're going to throw it to our running back, Lars Tate. He's a C. So we'll stay at BS. We're going to short pass BS, Vinny, to Lars Tate. Great name. 32 is a 20, and that's going to drop incomplete and bring up 4th down. And for the 2nd time in a row, Tampa Bay is going to be forced to punt. 4th and 4 at their own 47. Bring out Chris Moore. Another 34. That's going to be a 36, and we will have another penalty. All right, that is going to be 44 yards, and the ball is downed, but we have a TZ. Let's check the penalty. 15. And that is going to be a 25. Running into the kicker, that is 5 yards, and that is enough for a 1st down. And the Bucs get bailed out by the refs here. That's a big one. So automatic 1st down. It's a running into the kicker. So it's the only, back in the day they had a 5-yard penalty on running into the kicker, and then they had a 15 for roughing. Nowadays they only have the roughing. It's like the face mask penalty. Back in the day, they had a 5 yard and a 15-yard face mask penalty, but they got rid of the 5 yard one. 1st and 10 now. They're going to cross the 50 with that penalty and get to the 48 of the Bears. And we'll keep it going. We'll go back to standard. And, oh, it's a 20. It's a long bomb. And I don't know if I've tried a long bomb yet with Tampa. Boy, the overlay that I just played, somebody got a 20, but I think it was the Bears. No, it was the Bucs. But I was inside the 30. I don't think I've tried long pass at the Bucs. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do this long pass. A 25 is gonna be Ron Hall, the tight end. He's a B. 13 is a BS. We're gonna long pass BS. Testaverde to the tight end, right down the middle of the field, looking for that seam. And it's a BS long pass. There we go. All right, here we go. Oh no, 23. And that ball, Vinny's going to get sacked. He is going to lose 13 yards. That's a big quarterback sack right there. So he's going to run around back there looking for somebody. And in the end, the Bears are going to get him. Who gets it? It's going to be someone by the name of Marcus Paul. Marcus Paul. All those defensive players that the Bears have, I've never heard of Marcus Paul. There he is at the bottom of my deck. He's a defensive back coming in on the safety blitz. And he doesn't even have a QS number. Did I look at the wrong thing? Oh, I looked at the interception chart. 65 is actually somebody else I've never heard of. Dick Shapura. Where's he at? There he is. So he's a backup defensive tackle, QS4. He's going to get the sack. Big sack, too. 13 yards behind the line of scrimmage. There we go. And it's going to be 2nd and 23 back at the 39. Let's go medium pass heavy. All right, an 18. We're going to get that medium pass. 66 on the defense. That is a big CD. 36 is Bruce Hill. Make it a BD. So we'll go medium pass BD. Testaverde looking for Bruce Hill. Bruce Hill caught the first touchdown pass in the game in real life. I watched part of that last night. All right, so here we go. BD, Testaverde to Bruce Hill. 65. That's an 18. That's going to be incomplete. And it's going to be 3rd and 23. And I will do what I like to do sometimes on 3rd and long like this. In real life, you see a lot of teams run that draw play. So I'll go medium pass heavy, but I'll replace the long pass at 20 with a draw play. All right, we get an 8. So that'll be a short pass. 56. 56 on defense is an AS. And 15 is Mark Carrier. So he's thrown it to his number one receiver. Short pass AS. Testaverde to Mark Carrier. 16. It's a 19, and then it's going to be incomplete. And Vinny, 7 of 12 now. Not doing too bad. Got to make those 3rd down passes. A 7 of 12 for 62 yards. Not great, but not bad. 4th and 23. So they're going to bring out their punter again. Chris Moore going to try it again. 44 this time. Much better. 44 is a 10. Wait, PAK, yeah, it's a 10. So that is going to be a 42-yard punt taken by D10. So Chris Moore. I think that's going to be what, like the 19? Yeah, Bears taking it at the 19. It's going to be Mark Green on the return. 16 for Green. That's a 27. That's a fair catch. And the Bears will start right there at the 19-yard line. All right. I'm going to go one more. We'll go one more drive with Harbaugh. All right, we're going to start with an inside run. 12, that's going to be Neil Anderson. And 16 is an AS. So inside run AS.
And we are going to go silent yet again. I have 2 wireless microphones One of them was charging because it didn't, when I had that problem yesterday with it. The other one is just sitting on the table. Probably the battery's dead. I pulled the one off the charger, set it on the table beside the one that had the battery dead, turned around, and like a goldfish, when I turned back around, I had forgotten which one the good one was. So naturally, I had a 50-50 shot on picking one that was fully charged versus one that was almost empty, and I picked the wrong one. So our sound has gone out again. So enjoy some more voiceover, and I'm going to skip a lot of this second quarter because nothing really happened. When you come back, it'll be 13-6 still. We're gonna skip about 6 minutes. We're gonna go down to about 3.5 minutes left in it. So enjoy. All right, we're back, and yeah, I put Harbaugh in there for 2 drives for Chicago because he was like 6 of 8 or 5 of 8 or something like that in real life in this game. So I thought I'd give him 2 drives. I give him one long one or 2 shorter ones, and he had 2 shorter ones. So Tom Zach's back in now. And we're gonna play with Tom Zach now on this last 315 is actually pretty exciting. All right, so where are we at here? It is going to be 1st and 10 on the 47, 315 to go. I just rolled a 14. A 14 is probably going to be a penalty. Let's see. What are we doing here? What did I call? I called the pass play. Oh yeah, this is going to be pass interference. So this was an 11-yard completion. I don't remember who it was to, but it's an 11-yard completion that ended up being pass interference. And with pass interference on a completion, you take the 11 yards and you get rid of the completion. You just make that the penalty yardage, and it becomes an automatic first down. So if it's like 3rd and 10 and it's a 7 th and you get the pass interference, you take the 7 yards, but you get the automatic first down, which is nice. So that's why they do it that way. So this is an 11-yard penalty. So now it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 36. So the Bears look like they're driving to put some points on the board here. Up 13-6. I've had 2 missed extra points so far. That's a spoiler. It's going to be a 20, and this is going to end up being a long pass. I don't remember if I had done a long pass in the first half for the Bears, so I went ahead and did this. I believe this was going to be a long pass to James Thornton, or was it? It might have been Dennis Gentry, since I just put the dice on him. 35 is probably an A D, I'm guessing. Gentry's a B, so it probably stays right at AD. And we'll go ahead and roll the dice here for Tom Zach. And we will get a 51. 51's a 9, so that's going to be a completion on most plays. Unfortunately, not a long pass. So that's going to be incomplete. Tom Zach to Gentry. So we're going to go to 2nd and 10 now. 2:45 to go. And we are going to get a 17, another medium pass. And this time it's going to be what are we getting on the dice there? 35. I put the dice over top of whoever that fullback is. I'm not sure who it is off the top of my head. And we're going to go with a defense. 54 defense is really bad. That's probably an AG. And so let's roll the dice here on this medium pass. Oh, did I already roll the dice? I already did, and I didn't even realize it. 45. 45 is probably, it's a 15 for Tom Zach. Yeah, Thornton, it's going to be incomplete. And it's going to be 3rd and 10. God. All right, 3rd and 10 here, and I'm going to roll a 3. That should be a short pass. And a 51 is somebody. I'm not sure who. 13 is probably a BS. And I don't know who. I think is it Thornton that's the receiver here? 51. I'm not sure who. Although I put it down on Mark Green. So it's Mark Green. We've got a 14. And a 14 is going to be a penalty. And I believe this is going to go against the offense. Let's see what I roll here. 14 again. Yeah, that's probably going to be a holding on the offense. So that 14 will be a 7 on the chart. So we're going to back him up 10 yards, make him do it again. Make him do it again. So now we're going to have 3rd and 20. This is an interesting play here, 3rd and 20, because I'm going to roll a 20, I think. Yeah, I'm going to roll a 20. We bring Harbaugh back in, or Tom Zach back in for this drive. I'm going to roll a 64, which I believe is a BS. Was it a 64? What am I doing with the dice there? Here we go. Oh, it was a 30. Oh yeah, it was a 20. So I'm rolling 31. Then I roll a 14 for the defense. That's going to be an AG. And the 31, I'm going to call it Ronnie Moore. So on a 20, I already had a 20. So I'm now calling the play, and I'm going to roll a 12 here, and a 12 on the medium pass to Ron Morris. AG is an interception. So Harbaugh's or Tom Zach's going to come back in and throw an interception, which 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go, kind of hurts you a little bit when you're inside the 50. And I'm going to roll to see who got the interception. Actually, first I'm going to roll the dice here. It's going to be a 46. I think it's going to be like a 20. What is it going to be here? Is it 20 yards? Let's see. Tom Zach to Morris for how many yards? So 20. No, not even 20. I can't see what I clicked there, but it's down to the 22. And then it's going to be Mark Robinson getting the interception. He's having a good game. He had a sack earlier in this quarter. I'm not sure if you saw it or not, but he had a sack. Now he has an interception. And it's funny. I'm going to show you his card because on his card, there's no single digits in the R column. Even though he has a WR, there's no single digits. So I think to myself, well, he's not going to get very many yards. But then I roll the dice and I get a 33. 33, I believe, is an 18, and that's going to be a 20-yard return. So Tampa Bay down 13-6. They're going to get the ball back in pretty good field position here with a chance to try to get a touchdown or a field goal or something on the board to at least get it a little closer here. So we're going to go to the 2-minute warning now on that play. So 2 minutes to go. Our first play is going to be, I'm going to go either short. I think I go short pass heavy here, but I'm going to roll what is that? A big number. Is it 17? 19. So it's going to be a medium pass. 34 is your defense, or 25 is your defense. That'll be an AD. And then I'm going to roll a name I don't think I've said yet, and that is James Wilder. James Wilder is a pretty good running back, but I think he's a C, so we're going to move it back to B. So it's going to be a BG medium pass from Testaverde to James Wilder, and we're going to roll a boom 11. And that is going to be a 3, and it's not going to be a touchdown, but it will be a 39-yard pass where James Wilder gets out of bounds on the play, which is nice. It's a good first play after an interception when you're down 13-6 trying to come back. So let's put that stat in here, continue, and our sound is getting ready to come back on. We might have to run one more play here. 1st and 10 at the 19 for the Bucs. And we are going to roll. Let's see what we're going to do here. I'm going to save it first, just in case. And then I am going to roll. Come on. Okay. This is where I realized that my microphone did go out. I don't know if you saw the look on my face. It's where I realized my microphone did go out. So now I went around the corner. I'm going to unplug the other one and plug the one that I had on in. And I'm going to come back, and you should be able to watch the rest of the game with actual sound. Come on, Jerry. Come on. I don't know what I'm doing over there. I'm probably cursing like a sailor. I know that. Probably saying things like crap and frack and frig. Here we go. Here comes the sound. Enjoy.
All right, we're back. We're back from the land of the batteries that keep dying on me on these. Maybe I'm gonna have to get a better microphone. I had one that was sitting right here, right by my camera, but if I would go this way, you couldn't hear me. It was a great microphone, but you just couldn't hear me if I turned away from it. I need something that's always by my mouth, and maybe I'll have to go with the Time Life Operator headphones and microphone. But all right, so we just had a big play. 1st and 10 down to the 19 now for the Bucs at 1:45 to go in the second quarter, and we're gonna go short pass for Vinny. Oh, I rolled the wrong ones. Let's roll actually the correct dice. All right, so we're gonna get an 11. That'll be a short pass. 44 on your defense is BD. 45 is Bruce Hill. He's an A. So we're going to make it an AD. So short pass AD. We'll go Vinny to Bruce Hill. A 34, and we're going to have another, lots of penalties in this video. 35, that's a 7-yard completion, but we have a TH. 35, that is going to be holding on the defense, 5 yards and an automatic first down, and they will take that penalty. Wipe that 7-yard completion off the board. Let's take 5 yards, but let's take that first down. All right, a minute and a half to go. First and 10 at the 14 for the Bucs, trying to capitalize on that interception. Bring Mike Tomczak back in. He throws a pick. All right, a 16. 64 on your defense. 16 is a medium pass. 64 on your defense is CS. 25, that is going to be Ron Hall. He's a B. So we'll go medium pass CS. Testaverde to Ron Hall. 26 for Testaverde is a 17. That'll be incomplete. It'll be second down. Second down to the 14. Oh, I guess I don't have medium pass. Let's do that again. That should be a short pass. So what was it? 26 is a 17. What was our defense? 64 is a CS. I made it I left it at CS, and it was a 17. Yeah, it's incomplete either way. Okay. All right, so let's go short pass then. I don't have anything other than short pass here. And it'll be a 55 as we put 4 5s on the board. If this was golf, I'd go to the rare plays as we put 4 5s out there. So it's going to be a AD, and your receiver is going to be Don Smith, another name I haven't said today. Don Smith, there he is, backup running back. He'll be 26 years old at the time of this, maybe 20, 25 still. Halfback 2, C1. Then he's thrown to everybody today. So it's a C. 55 was what? It was an 80, so make it a BD. So short pass, BD, Testaverde to Don Smith. 65 again, 18. That is incomplete again. Testaverde to Smith this time. And we'll go third down. Vinny down to 10 of 18, 108 yards. Not the best first half for him. And let's go. I got a short pass. And 21. All right. 21 is a BS. Oh, 54. We're going back to James Wilder. He's a B on this play. So 21. We'll stay at BS. A short pass, BS. Vinny Testaverde to James Wilder. Not Joan Wilder. James Wilder. 34, and we're going to have another penalty. That'll be complete for 6 yards, but we have a TH. 44, that'll be on the defense. That'll be pass interference. So that's a 6-yard penalty and an automatic first down. And we're just going 15 seconds at a time here without calling timeouts. That's nice. First and goal at the 8. Basically we got 2 plays to try to get in, and on that third play, try to decide what they want to do. So we'll go short pass. 14. That's not a good defense. They're looking for a run there. That's a BG. 45 is Bruce Hill making an AG. So short pass, AG. Testaverde to Bruce Hill. First and goal from the 8. Wait, did I say BG or AG? 14, yeah, AG, because it's Bruce Hill. There we go. 22. It's a 4. And that's good for 7 yards. And he's going to get tackled right at the 1 yard line. So Vinny to Bruce Hill for 7. And they're going to have to use a timeout here. Not the Bears. They'll use a timeout. Make it second and goal at the 1. 30 seconds to go. And we're going to go big here. We're going to try to power it in. Oh, it's 20. So they've already done a long pass, so I'm going to call it. I'm just going to call Lars Tate inside run. No, let's go to Mr. President because I like Mr. President. Let's go William Howard. Inside run. He's the fullback. It kind of makes sense. You do that quick turn, and boom, the fullback's right there, right at the line. You just go right to the line. That's what we're doing here for Vinny. So 26 is a BS, so we'll go BS inside run to William Howard, not Taft. There we go. 22 for Howard. That's a 16. He busts through, and he gets into the end zone for a touchdown. And the Bucs take advantage of, and they're not even gonna call a time. Oh no, it's a touchdown. It's 15 seconds for a touchdown. They're gonna take advantage of that interception. They're gonna get a touchdown. 13-12. Bring out Igwebuike. Oh God, 43 again. And that is a 34, and he's going to fumble. I've missed 3 straight extra points. That'll be an F8, and I don't really do much with fumbles on extra points. I just call them no good. Botch attempt. That is my third straight. And in the last game, I had 3, and now in this game, I have 3. That never happens. It's so unbelievable. So it's 13-12. 15 seconds left to go, and we're just going to kick it off here. See if the Bears can do anything with it. 52 for Igwebuike is a 41. No, is a 20. And that is 61-010. So 61. So that's going to be taken at the 4-yard line by our backup. Our backup is Thomas Sanders. He's our OB. 41 is 20. And he will get 24 yards. He'll get tackled right there. And that is going to be the end of an interesting, low-scoring, but still interesting second quarter with the Bears leading 13-12. It should be 14-14, but it's 13-12. And let's see who gets the kick. I'm not even sure. The Bears will kick off. So the Bucs are going to actually do one of those things where you score a touchdown at the end of the half, and then the Bears kick back off to you. It's like winners outs when you're playing basketball. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm going to go do a little bit of editing to this one because I lost sound again. And I'll see you probably tomorrow, New Year's Day tomorrow, to play some more of this game. Have a good night.